You say eat.
Is.
You say more.
More.
Good boy. Yay! There are so many reasons why toddlers have tantrums, and one of them is the fact that they get frustrated and angry because they can't communicate what they want. Today's video is all about how I've taught my kids how to use sign language as a way of communication to lessen those sorts of tantrums. So if this sounds interesting to you, stay tuned, give it a big thumbs up because it really does support my channel. Don't forget to hit subscribe and tap that bell to get notified when we upload every Monday and Thursday. And let's get into today's video. Toddlers have tantrums for so many different reasons, and one of them really is the fact that they're trying to communicate and you can't understand what they're saying, and so they just don't have that logical reasoning part of their brain switched on yet, and so it goes into fight or flight and they choose to fight. Now, one thing that I have found is teaching our kids how to sign really has helped us to communicate, and it is a step-by-step process and it does take a little bit of time. So if this is something that you're interested in implementing with your child, make sure you allow time for the journey to happen. It's not going to be successful overnight and it is going to take some practice, but once it's in place, it really is a lifesaver. To begin with, we introduce our kids to 5 signs which we feel are the basic needs that they want to communicate with us. Eat, drink, more, all done, and sleep. Now, when introducing sign language, it is the same as every other skill. You need to model the skill to your child and then use your hands on top of their hands to show them the actions. So when we're introducing the fact that we're asking them if they want to drink, we will say drink and do the sign, drink, do the sign, and then we would grab their hand and get them to sign drink and say it at the same time, then give them the object so that they associate the sign with the action. So in this case, we would give them the drink bottle and they would go, oh, okay, if I want to drink, this is what I need to do. The same goes with eat, the same goes with more. Sometimes more can be clapping to begin with until they can get their fingers together. At this stage, you're not necessarily going for perfection. Close enough is good enough, and then you can kind of refine it and tune it a little bit later on. After they've kind of gotten the basics of communicating through signs, that's when you can start conversations with them and say, what do you want? Do you want to drink? And then if they nod or say yes, then ask them to sign, say drink, and they'll either say it or sign it or do both. It really is great to encourage language by getting them to say and sign to begin with. Drink.
This.
You say eat.
Is.
You say more.
More.
Good boy. You say all done.
This.
You say sleep.
This.
Good boy. After we've established those first 5 signs, we then go on to 3 final signs which we find pretty much cover everything else. It is please, thank you, and sorry. We didn't have to learn sorry until our second born because of the fact that there were now 2 of them, and if Zoe did something to Amira, we wanted her to say sorry before giving her a hug and a kiss. You say please.
Please.
Say thank you.
Daddy.
Good boy. You say sorry. Sorry. But we find that teaching them manners and being respectful to one another is really good. This also provides them the ability to start sentence making. So Amira's first sentence, I think around 18 months, was more to eat. And it was so cute. We were on holidays in New Zealand and we were at a restaurant having lunch, and that's the sentence that she was able to communicate back with us. And it really is great to just give them the ability to communicate without getting frustrated. We start teaching our kids how to sign probably around the 12-month mark. It has varied depending on each kid. Zoe was a self-selected mute until about 2 years old. She didn't want to communicate. We did do sign language with her and we printed out a little sheet that went to childcare and she was able to communicate that way, which was really handy. Where Finneas, he was about 17 months when he decided that he wanted to communicate using sign language, which is really good. We've noticed that the more he signs, the less frustrated he gets. And now that he's signing and starting to string signs together like drink please, it's encouraging him to use more vocabulary, and it's really flourishing his language, because once that kid has started talking, he is just giving everything a go, which is so amazing and really good in developing his language part of the brain. You say, love you.
Okay.
You say, bless you.
That's
Kiss you. Just so cute. You say hello.
okay.
Night night.
That's
Are you all done?
okay.
You say yes.
This
If you are interested in teaching your baby sign language, I am definitely not an expert, so I will leave links to websites down below that I have found really helpful. Like I said, I love the fact that we use signs as a way of communicating, and unfortunately over the last 6 years we have a bit of a mismatch between Australian and American signs. However, it does the job, and it really has enabled them to have less tantrums, and it has enriched their language and helps them to start communicating a lot earlier than I thought they would. If you found today's video useful, please give this video a big thumbs up, because it really does support my channel. Don't forget to hit subscribe and tap that bell to get notified when we upload every Monday and Thursday, because this parenting gig doesn't come with a rule book, we only have each other, and I'll see you in my next video. Yes? Say no.
no.
You say mwah. Yay! Oh yeah, we're done.